What's up, guys? So yesterday, me and a buddy of mine went out to the Killthrax tour in Pittsburgh, which was Killswitch Engage and Anthrax co-headliner with the Devil Wears Prada and Jamie Jasta's project. So before we went to the show, we went to the Steel City Con in Monroeville. I've never been to anything like that before in my life, and I really didn't know what to expect, to be quite honest about it. But it was really cool. There was a lot of pop culture for just about anything you can imagine. Anybody that likes anything to do with pop culture, whether it's horror-based stuff or sci-fi or costumes or anything like that, is honestly really cool. We spent like 4 hours there because there was like autograph signings and photo ops with different people and all kinds of vendors, and I think there was a costume contest or something going on, and there was a lot of stuff to check out, a lot of stuff to take in. And the one thing I did make away with that I thought was really cool, that I've been looking for a coon's age, is an autographed picture of Pinhead from Hellraiser, which is my favorite villain of all time, signed by the actual actor who played him in the original Hellraiser movie. I've wanted to meet Doug Bradley for a very, very long time, but I never had the opportunity to because I always end up missing him when he comes to, you know, Comic-Con, stuff like this. But they had some extras from the last time he was in Pennsylvania for one of these last August. So they had a couple left over that were actually signed with a certificate of authenticity, and they were selling them at an autograph booth with some more merch and everything else. So I had to grab it. I absolutely had to, because that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me, because I don't know if I'm ever going to get to actually see Doug Bradley in person. So getting an autograph that is legitimately signed by him with a certificate of authenticity is like, that was a bucket list thing for me. There's also another one coming up that is strictly horror based on June 9th at the same place in the Monroeville Convention Center for Steel City Con. I don't know if I'm gonna make that one or not, because I don't know if I'll end up with a day off or not, and I only have so many hours that I can put in for like paid time off, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm gonna make that trip or not. But so fast forward to Stage AE, the Killthrax tour, absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen Killswitch Engage live, and I've always wanted to. Killswitch has always been one of my favorite bands since I was very young. Killswitch with Howard Jones was one of my all-time favorite bands. Howard Jones was one of the vocalists that made me want to do what I do, or want to do for a living, which is be a vocalist in a metal band. So he gave me a lot of inspiration over the years, and I wish that he was still with them, because that would have just made everything so much more special. But Killswitch has Jesse Leach now, who was the original Killswitch Engage vocalist from their first album and Alive or Just Breathing. And I love that album too, honestly, but for the longest time I can't get into the new material from Killswitch, because I don't know, none of the new stuff grabs me the way it did when Howard was with them. And I don't know if, you know, I just haven't listened to it enough, or put enough thought into it, or, you know, really gave it a shot enough, or what, but I'm not really grabbed by a whole lot of the new Killswitch Engage material. So I was kind of skeptical, and I had heard, you know, rumors from other people that I knew that went to this tour that Jesse Leach sounded like garbage on this specific tour. But that was not the case last night. He absolutely killed it, and he sounded better performing Howard Jones songs better than he did his own material. So props to him. Like, that was an unbelievable performance. Anthrax, on the other hand, is always fun. They're always spot on. They're always absolutely amazing. Joey Belladonna is one hell of a frontman, and I'm glad that he is still able to rock it like everybody else at his age. This is the 4th time that I've seen Anthrax in the last 5 years, and I've never been in an Anthrax pit. I've never moshed for Anthrax. Last night was the night. Last night, I said, you know what, I'm getting in the pit, because this might be one of the last times I ever get to see Anthrax, because I don't know if they're going to continue touring, either with Joey Belladonna or touring very much in general after this album cycle, because I had heard, rumor-wise, for quite some time, that this might be one of the last tours, or tour cycles at least, that Joey Belladonna and Anthrax do together. So I figured, you know what, I am going to have some fun with this, and I'm going to get in the pit. So I moshed for probably about half the set, in and out, covered in bruises, covered in scrapes, mostly my knees and my elbows. But it was fun. There was no, you know, assholes in the pit. There was nobody that was nasty to one another. Everybody was very respectful. They just wanted to, you know, slam each other around and have a good time. Somebody fell, like I did, how many times you got picked right back up before you even had a chance to stand up on your own power. It was fun. That's nights like that are what I live for. Also, kudos to my buddy Jeff. I'm gonna plug his name right here. You might know him as DJ Skitty. He's a DJ that travels all over Pennsylvania and does all kind of gigs, does all kind of weddings, parties, trivia nights, DJ sets, whatever you want, really. Please check him out. He is definitely worth it, in my opinion. He's a very good guy, very reliable. But thanks to Jeff for taking me along again and making it another memorable night. We had so many laughs, it was absolutely ridiculous. I took the hardest bump I have ever taken in a mosh pit in my life last night at the end of Anthrax. They closed with Indians, which is one of my all-time favorite songs of theirs in the first place. And there was a circle pit and we were all running around, and you know, I was coming around the bend by the stairs, and this other middle-aged guy, he had to be maybe like 50 or so, he tripped and like lost his balance. I guess he tried to catch himself and he ended up knocking into me and like pushing me forward, and I didn't see him coming, and I literally flew. I was airborne. I must have gone about 15 feet and I landed right down face first. At least I didn't hit my face, but I like belly flopped on the edge of the pit, and it didn't hurt. I wasn't hurt. I don't have any bruises from that, but it shocked me because I didn't see it coming. I didn't know that that was going to be the case when I was coming around the bend by the stairs. And before I even had a chance to even think about getting up on my own power, which I would have popped right back up in the first place, 5 other guys that were standing there and saw what happened picked me back up. I was airborne again, and they pushed me back up against where the first 2 rows of people were and were checking on me, making sure I was alright and making sure I wasn't actually hurt. Which kudos to those guys too, because that's actually what you want to see in a mosh pit. You want people to show that they care about each other and that they don't want anybody seriously hurt, even though the game is basically to hurt people, but it's not really to seriously injure anybody. It's all in fun, honestly, but I was very grateful that people actually took the time to check me out and make sure that I was okay after taking such a hard fall. But I've never had such a hard hit in a mosh pit in my life. And honestly, that was kind of the highlight of the night. I thought it was funny. Yeah, last night was just an all-around great night in the first place. A lot of people don't really get that, which is, you know, recreation maybe once or twice a month. When you're working basically what is a dead-end job, and you're busting your ass every single day, every single night, night after night after night. You know, I work full-time, and this is what I do. You know, I don't go out and party. I'm not seeing anybody. I don't really have a whole lot of friends that I can actually go and do stuff with other than concerts because everybody else is working as well. So this is like my recreation. This is what I do. This is what I look forward to. Going out and having a good time like I did last night and going to shows, seeing your favorite bands. That's the best kind of recreation in my opinion. Once or twice a month, go and see a show. Life is too short, just get the tickets and go. It's a blast no matter who it is. Honestly, that's what it's about, is having a good time. So that is basically the quick synopsis of what was going on. The Killthrax tour, absolutely amazing. Steel City Con, I've never been to before in my life. That was also a very good time. It was a blast. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy this vlog. I'm gonna hopefully start doing a lot more of these videos. I doubt that I'll be able to go daily. I'm not quite sure. That might be a whole other video talking about that. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.